You know, central Pennsylvania is filled with all these towns that are hidden gems, like York, which is close to where I grew up. Today's couple chose York as their new hometown and made it a point to create their dream wedding right here. Coming right up. I'm Martine Cajas, the host of Dream Weddings, and I also run the House of Clarendon, a source for European-style wedding cakes. I love weddings. I especially love how every wedding is unique and tells the story of a couple's relationship. It's wonderful to be part of it all. Welcome Brittany and Michael to the historic Yorktown Hotel. This is absolutely beautiful. No wonder you chose this particular venue for your wedding. So how did you both meet?
We actually met in 7th grade. We just had classes together and we hit it off. We had stuff in common and we were best friends in middle school.
I was quite enamored with her, and I told her very much how I felt. And she kind of just did the, oh, that's kind of sweet. Let's be friends.
I know, I didn't feel it then, and I thought this will ruin our friendship, and you know, I don't know. We just weren't on the same page there with that. But once that happened in 8th grade, it kind of changed some things and changed our friendship a little bit. So we kind of went our separate ways. And after high school, he went into the military. I would see him from time to time when he would come home to Pennsylvania, and we would see each other at parties because we had mutual friends.
I was doing a clerical work for the state, and the lady was giving me an interview, a walk around. And I was introducing me to all the people in the unit, and she's like, oh, no, the last girl you're gonna be working really closely with, you're doing about the same thing she will. And I came around the corner and she looked up at me and
both our jaws dropped and our eyes widened. And the lady who brought him around said, you two know each other already. I guess I don't have to introduce you. You know, she could tell by our faces. And I had to train him a little bit, and so we spent a lot of time togetger at work. And
then it kind of slowly evolved into, hey, you want to go to lunch today?
Yeah, some things kind of just rekindled, and yeah.
It's like a 7th grader all over again. Like, look at that girl.
We just had so many things in common, and we just could talk forever. And it brought me back to when we were middle school too, and that closeness and just that friendship. And
I think it's great when you're gonna marry your best friend, you have to be friends before you jump into a relationship. Obviously in 8th grade, you have no idea what the heck you want.
No.
Oh, I thought I did.
Well, and obviously you did because you ended up having her.
Yeah.
You look at what happened. Wow, I got a little teary eye in there. So let's talk about the proposal.
The proposal was pretty tough for me. Brittany is a very detail-oriented person, and it's hard for me to hide anything to surprise her. I always want everything to be perfect for her. I took my time, and I went to all the cookie-cutter places, you know, the jewelers that have big places, and looked at all their stuff, and nothing really was her. And then I decided, well, I'm gonna try a private jeweler.
What jeweler?
It's Fruiter Brothers Jewelers. They're a local vendor in York. She made me a beautiful ring for Brittany.
Tell me about the history about Fruiter Brothers.
We are celebrating 80 years in business. I'm a 3rd-generation family member.
Wow, 80 years.
Yes.
You look great.
Thank you. My grandfather and his brother, the Fruiter Brothers, actually came from Lancaster County to York because York was the up-and-coming town back in the day. And they started in the center of downtown York in the Depression.
Well, Debbie, this is not a cliche store.
We like to have different designers that nobody else has. You know, some are local artists and designers. Some we find in different countries.
This is one of a kind.
One of a kind. It's like wearing a piece of art.
The other day I was navigating through your website and you have a little history in there about engagement rings.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting how the whole engagement ring started was really putting the ring on the 4th finger, and that is the vein that actually goes to your heart. And that's, you know, what symbolizes, you know, the love and the romance. You know, that's why we wear the engagement ring and the wedding band on that finger.
I didn't know that, did you? Well, the engagement ring is obviously the most important part of the proposal, but there's also the setting and the element of surprise. Michael really came up with a great plan.
So we have camp in Wellsboro, PA, in Tioga County. It's really beautiful up there, and they have these beautiful gas streetlights that run down the middle of the city. They look like giant lanterns. And they had them all decorated for for fall with corn stalks and pumpkins and
It
all
was
that
Halloween
stuff.
weekend.
It was Halloween weekend. I said, hey, do you want to go get a picture by the gas lights? And she kind of looked at me funny, like, why? I come up here all the time.
And so I handed my camera to my mom.
And we walk over, and I put my arm around her, and we pose. Then I turn to her, and I go, hey, so I've talked to your mom, and I've talked to your dad. And I knelt down on one knee, and I said, you know, I would love for you to be my wife.
So everything else was a blur.
It was like all of our life, 7th grade on, just came into a rush at one moment. It's like, finally, you know, we're gonna start this next chapter.
What a great story. There's something very special about marrying someone you've known since you were a kid. When we come back, we'll learn more about Brittany and Michael's dream wedding. Brittany and Michael chose this place, the beautiful historic Yorktown Hotel, as the venue for their wedding. And it's easy to understand why. Just look at it. But I was curious why they chose York as their new hometown.
I was looking in York, and I knew this was after we kind of exhausted the places that we knew of, and we knew we wanted it in York, we wanted local.
Why, Michael, though, in York?
Well, we just moved here. It's fresh, it's new, and York is kind of like revitalizing itself. We just really like it so far. It's a very young, fresh crowd, but there's also a lot of history and a lot of older places that are just classy and beautiful.
When he found this place and he immediately called, set up an appointment, as soon as we saw the ballroom, we loved it. This was it. I like the fact that it's a hotel, so it has the accommodations for out-of-town guests, and you know, we like to party and our guests like to party, so I didn't want to take the chance of anybody having to drive anywhere.
It's perfect. History, vintage, hotels for 200 of your guests. Amazing food that they have in here too, so everything could be just in one place. Rick, this is a beautiful building. I want you to tell me about the history, please.
It's York's Grand Hotel, and it was built in 1925. It was really built by the community. The Chamber of Commerce actually started a fundraising drive, and they had over 1,200 members of the community that bought stock in this hotel. And so it became the community's hotel right from the beginning. The day that it actually opened, they devoted an entire newspaper to it. The town had arrived.
Was there any celebrities that stay here?
There have been many celebrities through the years.
Really? Since you do a lot of weddings and banquets in here, I'm sure it takes a strong staff to make it happen. How many people can you accommodate in there?
We can accommodate about 250 people for a wedding here at the Yorktown.
So Jill, what is your role in here?
I am the banquet manager. Layla and I work side by side. She sets it up, and I make it happen.
So you're more of the sales. You actually sell it to the bride and groom.
Yes.
That's when the bride comes in and meets you, and
Yes.
then you're the day of the wedding.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, actually, we're both the day of the wedding.
You're both the day of the
Yes.
wedding. So you have two, in a way, coordinators, I guess.
Yes, exactly.
And what about the rooms? How many rooms do you have?
We have 121 rooms that we sell here, and every single one of them is different.
With so much history, I had to see some of the rooms where those famous people slept.
This is our diverse suite. A lot of times this is really popular with bride and groom's families because they can kind of make the whole weekend out of it. Has the master bedroom, there's a living room, dining room, kitchen, so they'll all gather up here and have brunch. Whole family affair.
It's like a house. Great rooms, a nice restaurant, beautiful ballroom, and the biggest kitchen I've ever seen in a hotel. What a great venue for a wedding.
What about the cake?
The cake, oh, I kind of knew what I wanted. I did some research online and I saw cakes that have cascading leaves down the tiers, and I just loved it.
Who's your baker?
Providence.
Oh, I love
Cakes and-
Providence.
yeah.
What flavors are you choosing?
There are a few things about the wedding that I would want to interject my will so much that we're getting what I want. Pumpkin. I knew it. I needed pumpkin. Let's have pumpkin
both agreed
cake.
on that,
What about your dress?
I knew I just wanted my mom there with me, and the first place we went to was Coco Couture.
It was awesome to watch designer Daniel Thompson put the finishing touches on Brittany's dress.
This is a beautiful dress.
Thank you.
But I know that she's not wearing this, right?
She came in and she tried on this dress and many other dresses. This was the closest dress to what she thought she would love to have. We decided that she was going to do a very deep sweetheart neckline.
Okay.
And she wanted a little shrug sleeve to cover the top of her arm, so we did that in the lace. And she wanted to be a little more different, and we did the champagne lining instead of ivory. Gorgeous, customized, matching champagne sash. This was a sketch that I worked up while she was here, and she loved it, and now that's what her dress looks like.
Daniel showed Brittany's mother how to tie her sash, and they even designed a stunning headpiece. It was a perfect look for her. I always say the two biggest decisions are the venue and the dress. With that done, it's time for all the fun details. Coming right up. Brittany, what in general are you looking for your dream wedding?
I wanted the big, elegant wedding. And I love the vintage and the Victorian feel.
You remind me Victorian. You have fair skin. You're like those porcelain dolls. Do you know what I mean? So when I first met you, I was like, I could see her having a Victorian wedding. So what flowers are we choosing? What colors?
Yeah, we have burnt orange. The girls are in burnt orange, and our guys are in chocolate-colored tuxes. Our florist is Alma's Flowers in Middletown. She actually picked out Gerber daisies, because we also went with the season.
What about the lighting? Lighting is imperative. Are you using anyone in particular?
We are. Ron from Events Done Bright. We met with him and we went over the colors.
Yeah, he actually met us here, and we had a demonstration.
In the ballroom here.
It was unbelievable. And he said on the day of the wedding, if need be, if something comes up and we're just not really feeling it, push of a button, he can make it what we want.
Talking about the atmosphere, for me, music is very crucial. Okay, do you have a band or a DJ?
We have a DJ.
Who is it?
Mike Miller from Mixed Up Productions.
Mike Miller, wow.
Yes. We knew we wanted him. He was the first person we called.
Okay.
He's got that amazing voice that and his energy, even if you don't dance, he can make you want to.
I'm sorry, I'm very energetic and he tires me. Like, that's how much fun he is.
He's helped us out with some other things that you wouldn't expect from a DJ.
He's worked with us a lot.
Well, we have a special dance.
We're doing an evolution of dance?
Evolution of
What is evolution of dance?
Where we will start out with our typical, first dance song. Then about a minute and a half into the song,
It's gonna break into
it's gonna break away.
songs you've heard over the past 40, 50 years, and the typical, dance that goes with it.
That goes with the song.
That has to be captured, obviously, by video and photography.
Those two things, the photography and videography, for me, was really important. Video is Levon Films.
Yeah, we saw his work, and it just, the feeling that he gives his videos is amazing. It's cinematic, and it's emotional.
The music is going to stop. The flowers are going to die. The cake is going to be eaten. You don't have anything else. That's the only kind of investment.
Beautiful. Our photographers are KM Photography, and they're in York.
I love them.
I never visited KM Photography's studio, which is located right here in York. Like our couple, Chris and John McAlligan, are big fans of the city. We visited them to learn more about their work and the love affair with York.
Guys, this is an awesome studio space. So tell me why you chose York to be in your studio.
Well, really, when we relocated from Baltimore, Maryland, we were looking for a place to eventually raise a family, looking for a place that had that country and city vibe at the same time. That was number one for us, because I'm a little bit of a city girl at heart. And York was the perfect fit. It was affordable, it was beautiful. It's really made up of an awesome community of small business owners that really just believe in each other and promote each other. And we love the feel here.
Tell me about your studio.
Well, our studio is in a building that was built in the 1890s. It used to be historic York, which was the architectural warehouse, and they relocated since, and we found the space and absolutely loved it. We shared the building with a few other businesses as well, and we just absolutely love it here.
This is very comfortable for the bride and groom.
It was very intentional. For us, we don't want our clients to ever feel like they're coming for a job interview, and really for us, it's not a job interview. We're getting to know them, they're getting to know us. We're really going to be a part of the biggest day of their life. So our goal was to make them feel as comfortable as possible, and when they're viewing all of our albums, photos, whatever we have, we want them to feel like, I can picture this in my house, and it could be something that I'll cherish forever.
Oh, wow.
This is where we shoot. We do a lot of commercial work. We do a lot of families, babies, all of that. We try to, most of our weddings we do on location or outside, obviously, but we do a lot of work in here as well. It's a lot of fun.
You see the city of York.
You can see everything downtown. It's a great view.
You do a lot for York.
We do. We work a lot with York City. We donate a lot of our time to different events that happen during the year for the York City website. We also work a lot with YCCVB, which is the Convention Center and Visitors Bureau. We shoot their cover every year. We have a lot of fun with them. When we relocated, we just really were looking for a place that we could be involved.
Yeah. And when we look around York, we see opportunity everywhere. And that was, I think, one of the biggest things that was a draw for us here. We've managed to be able to grow our business and have it based in York. We're excited about where we live. We love where we live. The potential is everywhere. So we kind of want to showcase that not only to York, but to the world. It's a very exciting time to be alive, especially if you're an artist.
Yeah.
Like, it's amazing the potential of what can be accomplished with talent mixed with technology, and that is a big part of what we do. And this is only the beginning.
After a year of planning, it was time for Brittany and Michael's big day. It took an army of wedding pros to transform this ballroom into the elegant Victorian setting that Brittany wanted. As the Yorktown staff set up for the reception, we caught up with Kathy from Alma's Flowers, who had a big surprise for Brittany. Tell me about your flower arrangements.
Well, we wanted to go with an antique look and some corals and peaches and creams, and we wanted to make some high and some low because of the room that we're in, and we wanted to surprise her.
At the beginning, we were talking about some kind of fall theme, which you did, but she wanted a little bit of more romance, and she's very Victorian look.
Yes.
So this is perfect for her.
Yes, we hope that she likes it because we just changed it up a little bit.
Providence assembled the cake right at the Yorktown, placing the cascading leaves that Brittany was looking for right there. The topper was made by a friend of Brittany's and her mom. Events Done Bright showed up with a truckload of lighting, which made sense for this huge venue. Ron Duzak went above and beyond what Brittany and Michael expected. He even brought in a trellis to make the dance floor really pop. And with Mike from Mix Up Productions as the DJ, we knew that the dance floor was gonna be hopping.
When you come to a party where Mixed Up Productions is at, your feet are gonna hurt, you're gonna have a great time because we do mix all styles of music. And that's why we give our brides and our grooms a chance to go on our website and they can listen to every song in our database and create a playlist. And their guests can too. And then we mold it together and put one big party together.
You customize to the bride and groom.
We do, yes we do.
And you're doing something special right
Yeah,
there
tonight is a great example of that. We actually put together an evolution of dance, first dance for them. We actually created a custom one for them. It's about 7 minutes, and they have a routine down packed. I think it's gonna blow the guest away.
Late fall weddings can be a little tricky and sometimes feel like winter, but Mother Nature gave the couple a beautiful day for their wedding. After the ceremony, Michael presented Brittany with a pearl necklace from Feudal Brothers, as well as a beautiful letter. Persnickety Invitations of York made it even more special with their calligraphy. During the cocktail hour, the bridal party took a tour of the city, getting great photos. Then it was time for the party to start. Before the guests enter the ballroom, we brought the couple in to see it for themselves. On a count of 3, you're gonna be able to see every little detail. 1, 2, 3.
Oh my gosh. Oh, the arrangements, there's tall arrangements.
Sorry, I made that change. There's so much space in here, you know, and it wasn't everywhere. It was still subtle. He still did some kind of lighting in there just for the dance floor, so that way when everyone is dancing, when Mix Up Production is gonna kick butt in here tonight, I can tell you right now.
I'm so excited.
So you like that?
Yes, I
And
love
then
it.
he created, look at all the lights in there, he did that.
And look at the mantle.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
he added more lighting in there. He actually added more light on both 3 locations, the 2 cocktail rooms and the entrance as well. And Mix Up Production, obviously, he's ready to dance this evening. And you're gonna do something with the light, right?
Yeah, we're gonna have a little fun. You wanna see
Yeah,
what it
you wanna
looks
see what it
Yeah.
looks like
Yeah.
before everybody gets here? Look, they're just gonna be actually flickering everywhere. Do you see that motion?
Oh, yeah. No.
When your world is crazy and it's spinning you around, when you're lonely, when you're broken, when you're down, hit me up and I'll be there. I'll come running just as fast as I can. I'll be a party operator and your magic elevator to the DJ and the band. When you're down, hit me up. Hit me up and I'll be there. I'll come running just as fast as I can. I'll be your party operator and your magic elevator to the DJ and the band. When you're so low and you're empty, I'll come fill your loving cup. When you're down, hit me up.
Isn't York a great place for a dream wedding? Thank you to everyone for making this day happen from Brittany and Michael. We're so glad you could share your day with us. Log on to our website to see more of the Central Pennsylvania professionals who made it happen. And don't forget to like us on Facebook. See you next time. Brittany and Michael chose this place that has... Brittany and Michael chose this place that... Brittany and Michael chose this place, the beautiful, hysteric... You know, Central Pennsylvania is filled with these towns that are just hidden gems, like York, which I close. Brittany and Michael chose this place, the beautiful, hysteric. Brittany and Michael chose this place, the beautiful, historic Yorktown Hotel. And it's easy to understand why, just look at it. Late fall weddings can be a little bit tricky and sometimes feel like summer. Summer!